Most drones for photographers. Overpromise on image quality and underdeliver. I researched dozens of photography drones and filtered the 5 that actually deliver real-world dynamic range. What I found about sensor performance will save you from wasting money on inflated megapixel claims. Let's dive in. We're kicking things off at number 5 with the DJI Mini 5 Pro. And right away, there's something you need to know. This drone sits in a complicated spot for US buyers. DJI Care Refresh is not available stateside right now. That means no official crash replacement, no flyaway coverage. For a drone at this level, that's a real consideration. Third-party insurance is worth looking into if you go this route. Now, with that out of the way, let me tell you why it's still on this list. The 1-inch CMOS sensor on a sub-250-gram drone is genuinely impressive for photographers. We're talking 50 megapixels, 4K at 60 frames per second with HDR, and a 1.33 aspect ratio that gives you photos at 8,000 by 6,000 pixels. That's usable resolution for prints, not just social media crops. And here's the detail that matters most to photographers specific. The gimbal does true vertical filming with 225 degrees of rotation. That means native portrait shots from the air without cropping. For real estate work, social content, or travel portfolios, that flexibility is hard to find at this weight class. The Fly More Combo Plus is the way to go here. 3 batteries, ND filters included out of the box, and the RC2 controller with its built-in screen, so you're not fumbling with your phone on location. Real-world flight time lands around 35 to 45 minutes per battery, depending on conditions and flying style. Not the advertised 52, but still strong. One thing worth flagging: the drone rides right at the 2-second 50-gram limit. Add a strobe or landing gear and you cross it, which changes your registration requirements. People flying in wooded or tight areas confirm the omnidirectional obstacle avoidance is reliable, which matters when you're focused on framing a shot instead of watching for branches. It's a capable photography tool with one clear gap in support coverage. You'll find the link in the description. At number 4, we've got the Potensic Atom 2, and this one earns its spot for a very specific reason. It solves the registration problem under 249 grams. That means no FAA registration, no remote ID hassle. You toss it in a bag, show up somewhere beautiful, and you're flying in minutes. For photographers who travel or shoot on the go, that freedom matters more than most specs on a sheet. Now, here's what makes it more than just a lightweight gimmick. There's a 1/2-inch Sony CMOS sensor behind an f1.8 aperture, shooting 4K HDR at 30 frames per second. The 3-axis gimbal keeps footage smooth, and the 48 megapixel photo mode gives you real hot cropping flexibility. For landscape work, real estate B-roll, or even construction documentation, the output is genuinely usable. People flying this thing have captured mountain sunsets and aerial neighborhood shots that look professional enough to deliver to clients. And the combo package is smart. 3 batteries, a charging hub that fills all 3 in about 90 minutes, and the PTD1 controller with a built-in 5.5-inch screen. No fumbling with phone mounts. Power on and fly. But here's where you need to manage expectations. There's no obstacle avoidance. None. If you fly near trees or structures, that's entirely on you. The app Potensic Eve also has rough edges. Some owners report small telemetry bugs and interface quirks that feel unpolished compared to premium alternatives. And 4K tops out at 30 frames per second, no 60. For most photography-focused pilots, that's fine. But if you need slow motion at full resolution, you'll have to drop down. The real draw here is the price-to-feature ratio at sub-250 grams. A 3-axis gimbal, AI tracking modes, and a dedicated screen controller in this weight class is hard to match. It's not flawless, but for photographers who want registration-free convenience without giving up serious camera specs, this delivers. You'll find the link in the description. Number 3 on the list is the Bwine F7 Mini 4K. This is where it gets interesting for photographers who hate paperwork. Under 249 grams. That means no FAA registration in the US. No hassle with most international regulators either. Power it on and you're airborne in about a minute. For travel photographers, that alone is a serious draw. But the real story is what Bwine packed into this weight. A 3-axis brushless gimbal with a 1/2-inch CMOS sensor. 8K photos. 4K video at 30 frames per second. Getting a true mechanical gimbal at this price range is genuinely rare, and it shows in practice. People flying in gusty winds report rock-solid stability, even adjusting the gimbal angle mid-flight. There's a clever touch on the controller too. A physical speed switch toggles between cinema, normal, and sport mode. No menu diving required. In cinema mode, gimbal sensitivity scales down proportionally. Your panning stays smooth. That kind of detail matters when you're nailing a slow reveal shot. 3 batteries come in the box. around 30 minutes each in real-world conditions. That gives you roughly 90 minutes total before anything needs a charge. For a drone this light, that is substantial. Now, here's what you need to know. There is no obstacle avoidance at all. One buyer found out the hard way after purchase, so fly with your eyes up. The 5x digital zoom also degrades past about 2.5 times. Stay conservative there and the results hold up fine. No SD card or power adapter included either. Small ads, but plan for them. What surprised me most is Bwine's after-sales support. Multiple owners report getting full replacements, even in cases of obvious user error. For a brand that is not a household name, that removes a real layer of risk. You'll find the link in the description.
These products are great, but there are hundreds of deals every day, and most of them are trash. That's why I pick the 5 best from each category every day and post them for free on Telegram. And you can choose only the categories that interest you, with zero spam. Link in the description.
At number 2, we've got the Ruko U11 Mini 4K. There's something genuinely clever here that sets it apart. It comes with a built-in 5.5-inch touchscreen on the controller. No phone needed. You power it up and get a 1080p live right on the remote. For photographers who want to frame shots quickly, that's a real workflow win. No fumbling with phone mounts or cables, no phone overheating in the sun mid-flight. Now, the photography specs. A 1/2-inch CMOS sensor with 48 megapixel stills. 4K video at 30 frames per second. That's a respectable sensor for this weight class. It also ships with a 3-axis brushless gimbal plus electronic stabilization. That pairing matters for sharp aerial photos. One owner who shoots real estate in California confirmed the stills were clean and listing ready. It weighs under 249 grams. No FAA registration required. You can toss it in a jacket pocket and fly legal without paperwork. 2 batteries give you a combined 64 minutes of flight time. They support fast charging too. Where I'd pump the brakes is on video. 4K at 30 frames works for social content and property tour. But if you need cinematic slow motion or serious color grading latitude, look elsewhere. This is a still photography workhorse first, video second. One thing that keeps showing up in owner feedback is how responsive Ruko's customer service is. Multiple people report full replacements within days when something went wrong. For a brand outside the usual names, that kind of backup genuinely matters. If you want capable aerial stills without the registration hassle, this delivers. Links in the description. Before we reveal our number 1, be sure to check out the description below for the freshest deals on each of these items. Taking the top spot, and honestly, this one wasn't even close. The DJI Mavic 4 Pro, with its 100 megapixel Hasselblad camera. Let me start with what makes this the Quaitstabormens clear number 1 for photographer. It's built around a micro Four Thirds sensor, not a tiny smartphone sensor dressed up with software tricks. A real M43 sensor that gives you usable dynamic range, clean low light performance, and raw files you can push hard in post without them falling apart. That 100 megapixel figure isn't just marketing either. Owners are printing poster-sized images and the detail holds up. Now, where this gets really interesting, you don't just get one camera, you get 3. The main wide, a 70mm mid-tele, and a 168mm super telephoto. That long tele changes what's possible from the air. Compressed, layered compositions that used to demand much more expensive cinema setups. 6K video at 60 frames per second with HDR support. That's genuine production-grade footage from something that folds up and fits in a backpack. The 360 Infinity gimbal opens up dynamic angles that were physically impossible on previous generations. Real-world flight time sits around 42 minutes. Multiple owners flying in cold weather with 10 to 20 mile per hour winds confirm the battery holds strong. That's not a lab number. That's field time you can count on. The obstacle sensing works down to 0.1 lux. Night shoots and golden hour in tight environments feel far less risky because of it. Now, the honest part, this is a premium investment, no way around that. It's well above 250 grams, so registration is required wherever you fly. One buyer did receive a unit with a defective gimbal straight from the box. That appears isolated, but worth knowing before you order. Across the board though, working professionals who depend on aerial media for their income are calling this the best foldable drone available. If aerial photography is your craft or your livelihood, this earns the top spot for a reason. You'll find the link in the description. Now you know what actually matters behind the megapixel claims. If you want registration-free travel convenience, number 3. If you need a dedicated stills workhorse with a built-in screen, number 2. If aerial photography is your livelihood, number 1. Prices and stocks shift fast on Amazon. Links are in the description.